What is up, guys? Got another pallet. We're gonna go ahead and put the Scat Pack in the side-by-side beat off. Nah, just kidding. We're gonna put this Scat Pack in that 77 truck. And I figured I'd do an unboxing video to show you guys what it's like ordering from Cleveland Power and Performance. This is not sponsored by any means. Oh, there goes the gauge cluster. This is not sponsored by any means, and I'm just a happy customer. So let me show you guys around. So you do get a nice and happy box full of gauge cluster, key, serpentine belt, and there's your essentials. Entire wiring harness is underneath the plywood, all connected to the shifter assemblies, start button, steering column, etc. So that's how it works. That's how it looks. Gonna do a complete walk around here, and as you can see on the pallet, that's how it sits and that's how it ships. And if you spend some money, you get a cool hat. So nonetheless, I did have one issue with the shipment, which is not the fault of Cleveland Power by any means whatsoever. It's the fault of FedEx, and I'll show you guys here right now. So pallets are supposed to be put together when you receive them. What happened with this pallet was, as the forklift was picking it up and pulling it off the loading dock out and then onto the trailer, which is a whole nother conversation about the trailer, as they were pulling it out, they did drop it about 2.5 feet. So I'll be filing that claim with FedEx, checking for any damage, etc. And I already can see some things, but that's not for, we don't need to talk about that. I'll handle that on my own. That being said, usually the pallets will come on the back of a box truck with liftgate delivery. That's how my other deliveries went from Cleveland Power. They said this one was an inch too wide, so I had to come get it from the regional facility, which is totally fine, but it just adds a little bit of hassle. Generally, when you're paying for the shipping, it's a residential drop off on the back of a liftgate, well within the weight range. It's kind of just the width that will get you if it's an inch too big, or they say it's an inch too big. So in my experience, the residential is much easier, because then an electric pallet jack, you can put the crates anywhere and really make life easy instead of having to go bring your trailer out. So nonetheless, next thing I want to do is take off all of the baby cage around where the engine is, around where the wiring harnesses are, as well as the controllers. So I'm going to go ahead and get a hammer, start knocking these pallets apart, and then label and color code engine harness, pull the engine, actually probably go hang the engine in the truck, and move the rest when it's a lot lighter. So that's the goal. Let me go break this down. All right, that should be enough to take apart the whole wiring harness. Gonna take it from the main fuse box as well as the ECU back here, disconnect everything, and then pull the engine, the trans, and the exhaust out together, and then I'll reposition and re-pull the electrics and the column and stuff back into the truck after. So should be a quick pull. Let me get these disconnected. Taking the bolts out of the plywood, and yes, they put different size bolts in it just to piss you off for no other reason. But at least they've got color coordinated zip ties now on familiar plugs, so that's a plus. Last plug coming out next for the engine ECU, and then we're lifting it. Not kidding, this has been like 45 seconds. It's like it's almost meant perfectly. Rocking the 1/2 inch extension or 3/8 inch extension for the center pin, but pulling it up fine. We shall prevail. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. Wow, we got the tail end up first for the first time ever.
Want to fix the balancer?
I'll do it when it gets higher. All right, we had to lower it onto cinder blocks. Don't worry about those drums, they're getting replaced with disc anyways. Cut the first tail of the exhaust off, shoving it in. Cats are over here, and I should be able to kick it lower and drop it. And I think it'll fall into place. Don't mind the plastic, wasn't me. All right, so at another stopping point here. Frame rails are too skinny. I'm really trying to avoid taking the exhaust manifolds off, not for any reason in particular besides I want to reuse them. So I know they aren't going to fit. You can see it pressed against the passenger frame rail, and then over here it's sitting on top of the right or driver frame rail. So I know it's tight, but I think I'm going to C-notch the top of the frame rails, get that exhaust manifold sitting inside the frame rails, and then I'll fish plate above the frame rails, and that should allow me to use stock manifolds, maintain all the stock sensors, etc. And then I'll just have to put a big fish plate on top and call it a day for the frame stiffeners there. So I think that's the approach. I don't know, I'm gonna stare at it. Even if I take them off, it means I'm gonna have to buy some custom headers, which aren't the end of the world. I can get some wide tube side exhaust, side dump headers. So if that's the route we go down, that's the route we go down. But I'm gonna do what I do best and stare at it for a bit. Come up with a solution here. All right, so I beat the rain. We got the barefoot shortlist act going on here because that's how it goes over here. And yeah, I've got it sitting pretty. Probably not exactly where I want it, but definitely good enough sitting in place. So powered by SRT, Scat Pack, hanging in place in the 77 W150. It will remain a W series truck because I'm keeping the Divorce 205 and gonna run a stubby drive shaft to it. So that's the way it'll end up working. Plenty of room for a OEM radiator, and hood should close absolutely fine. So happy with that, hanging in place. I did take the stock motor mounts out. I will CNC plasma some new plates for the actual engine side, as well as some gussets to mount to the frame itself. This is going to be entirely hard mounted. I'm not going to run any rubber bushings. At least that's the plan right now. And when we come down here, I will be doing the same for the transmission going into the stubby drive shaft into that Divorce 205. TBD, maybe I will keep those rubber mounts and I'll rubber mount everything, but trying to get away from that seriously. So nonetheless, we have it hanging in place. I think I'm going to throw the hood back on, even though obviously the motor mounts and nothing's in place on it. So maybe I'll get a jack under it, throw the hood on. That way I can protect it from the rain. But powered by SRT, man, sitting in place. Looks like I've got some more room to shove it back as well. So happy with this, super happy with this. It's a good day's work, a couple hours work, taking it off that pallet and getting it in place. But got some custom metal work to do to get it completely mounted. So really happy with how things are sitting. CNC should be fixed in 2 days when I get a brand new electronics enclosure, and then we'll make all the mounts. Should be good. Really happy with progress so far. So yeah, I mean, I literally, my buddy, maybe have 2 hours into this today. So 2 hours from crate to car is pretty good. I think wiring will obviously take longer. Plumbing and doing the rest will obviously take some time. But if you're doing an OEM swap where you have motor mounts or someone makes motor mounts and trans mounts to make it easier, you can definitely do this in a day. I'm not even kidding. You could literally have running and driving in a day from the pallet. So nonetheless, 77 step side, we're gonna call this one here. And next time you see it, it'll probably be running. I think I'm gonna go order some parts. I do have to get some stubby headers and probably gonna run side pipes on it, but later me problem, man. So see you guys tomorrow. Maybe we'll be seeing something cool.